Right now I'm in Page, Arizona. We're in the desert landscape here. It's quite beautiful. I haven't spent much time in the Southwest. So I'm here on a bachelor party for a close friend of mine, Joe Anhalt. And it's been a great experience so far. Just being around kind, thoughtful, loving people for a weekend. I flew into Vegas. I'd never been to Vegas. And it's just interesting. You learn so much by just like placing yourself in different situations or physical spaces. Vegas is quite interesting. The Southwest is interesting, where like water scarcity is just like this constant topic of conversation. Living on a Great Lake, there is none of that. There is none of that where I live. So it's really interesting to hear about ordinances where new property, you can't grow grass on it. It's really interesting. Isn't it beautiful, though? It's so beautiful. And I'm recording this while I'm in the hot tub right now, although it's not hot, so I don't know if it's... there's a button to make it go hot. So we got this place in Page, Arizona. It's like northern Arizona. And there's 11 of us. They're out for a walk right now on the trails. And I've been doing today my morning routine that I usually do, which consists of, meditation, journaling, reading. I'm reading Turin's Cathedral, which is kind of like the... It's like an introduction to the digital universe, like how it came about. So I'm reading about John Van Neumann and everything kind of leading up to it. It's going throughout like American history and mathematics departments, military, educational institutions. Pretty interesting. I'm only on chapter 3, but the guys are out for a trail walk. I've just been doing my thing. I want to let it be known that, we're here having a good time. We're in the desert. With this hot tub, then we have a pool right here. Let's see. The first night we got here, we ordered some pizzas and just like hung out, just chilled. Then at night, Nick McMillan and I recorded an entire podcast episode, and we were up till like 3 a.m, and we had to be up. We had a shuttle bus picking us up at 9:30 to go on this Lake Powell. And so we were on this like pontoon boat all yesterday, just these land formations and the water. And then, we grilled hot dogs and had adult beverages and did some swimming. And it was just like it was truly like a very special day yesterday. And we made this, it's interesting to me how everybody on the trip or the group has something to offer. And everybody offers something different. And you can see the personalities, the distinct personalities and energies. And, someone's great at cooking, so they're cooking. So we made steaks and potatoes and vegetables, and we had wine. I make old fashions, so I brought stuff to make old fashions. And we were drinking Woodford Reserve, and we got some Bullet, but the Woodford, we have like a handle of Woodford Reserve we got at Costco, and we're making these old fashions with Luxardo cherries. It's pretty nice. We're hanging out. Other people have the music. Other people are bringing stuff to conversations or the boating. Some people would, kind of like that. The organizational aspects, the logistics aspects. Everybody's just contributing in different ways, and that's what I love. And I've loved this group that I'm with. I think that you can tell a lot about a person through the company they keep and the relationships they have. And this is clearly like a group of very just thoughtful, kind of like independent thinking, creative, innovative thinking groups of people. that just love exploring life and expressing themselves and just showing love to each other, being very open. A lot of the conversations we've had are just like really open, where it's a group of men that are comfortable talking about feelings and expressing their emotions. It's very rare. It's a very rare thing. And it's really like we've used a lot of the terms. We're having all these independent, all these conversations that are happening are like, creator economy and just like the curation of life, and how we are individuals taking actions, and we're in control of our own decisions and what we do with life, and living it in a way that is authentic to us and brings us happiness and fulfillment. And so a lot of conversations are about that. It's been good. It's been good to just be surrounded by people like that. And last night we smoked cigars. I've been since I was attacked by gunmen, I've noticed a correlation between the amount of cigars I'm smoking and like the frequency. I'm smoking like 3 cigars a week, whereas like a lot of we were smoking cigars, and everybody else just got like halfway through theirs. I got through mine. I also have like 3 more that I packed. We had cigars, old fashions, great conversation. So we're up again till like 3:30 in the morning. So let it be known, I'm the last person standing every night. But yesterday was such a great day on the boat. Just the vibes, the energy. We talk a lot about energy and the universe, and just like all these kind of like senses and abstract concepts. It's a group that's very open and receptive to a lot of just like different ways of thinking. So it's been good. As you can see, like anytime you're able to pull yourself out and then you're in a different environment, it can be very stimulating for the eyes. Like my eyes, like for Matthew Anhalt, who lives in Vegas, and we drove. So we got stuck in traffic we were literally parked on the interstate for 2 hours. And this is like no air conditioning. And then we get outside and we're taking photos together. Joe and I had some adult beverages, passing time, and we're just like hanging out, making the most of it. And I actually kind of appreciate that experience. It makes the trip a little bit more memorable when you're like, it was supposed to take us 5 hours from Vegas to Page driving, but it took 8 hours because we were stuck in traffic for 2 hours. And then we got stuck in traffic again for like another half hour. All that just like adds up to it. And it's that little challenge or adversity, I think, brings out a spirit or something deeper in individuals. And so this is just the last day. We're just chilling. We're just hanging out. We're probably going to just be by the pool again. Probably just more great conversations. And it's been a good trip. Ooh. I feel one of my favorite things to do on trips. So I know I'm going to get a puzzle piece. I look at life as kind of like this puzzle that I get to put together. And I got to put it together before my time runs out. I don't know what the puzzle looks like, but I'm finding I find a lot of joy and adventure in acquiring puzzle pieces and putting together this puzzle of life in a sense. And there's certain things that I can do to get puzzle pieces. Reading books is one. It's a very easy way to acquire a puzzle piece. I'll learn something from every book. I read to learn. And trips are another thing where it's such a... When I travel, I don't know, my trips are fun. And I'm always learning, and I'm always like working. I kind of have this... my days and weeks look like just working vacations. That's how I kind of approach it. So I'm always like working wherever I am because my mind is like my tool. And I acquire these puzzle pieces. I like going to the airport early. So I came an hour early and I just like write. I reflect about life. And I'm thinking, I know in the back of my head that I'm going to acquire something substantial, some piece of new knowledge or wisdom that moving forward, life will not be the same. And I'll use that in life moving forward. And I've made the mistake of early on in the trip.
Watch out, Rich.
Oh, here comes Nick.
Water behind you.
So Nick right here. Nick, say hi.
I don't mean to interrupt. Hi.
Nick and I are the last ones standing every night. And here we are. But I've made the mistake of like trying to find the puzzle piece really early on in the trip rather than just letting things happen and being open to it. So that's this trip in particular, the awareness of that and just letting it happen. And then I get to the airport early when I leave and return, and I write and reflect on that. And what did I learn, and how am I going to do things moving forward that are different than previously? So trips to me and being around loving, kind people, it's just like this catalyst for something greater in a sense. So that's what I'm most excited for, is this new wisdom that I'm going to take away from this trip, from all these tremendous people. And yeah, we've had a lot of fun so far. So we're just going to keep going.